Hey folks, we're back. It's the recap sequence, and we are talking to a writer, Peter Breau, local St. John, I suppose. But that's for us. The East Coast
It is,
is our local home, and we are
but I think it's pretty cool because we can actually say we're speaking to Diamond Spotlight
yeah,
Comic of the Month writer Peter Breau. Congratulations on
Yeah,
that recognition, sir.
yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
this
it was a shocker to me. I wasn't informed ahead of time about it.
and this is for your book, Deliver Us from Evil, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And which issue is this one?
Issue one with
Yeah.
drawn by Mattia Doggini, Italian artist, and
Hmm.
it comes out May 22nd to stores everywhere. And like it's going to be a monthly series. It was picked up by the Blood Moon uh, Comics. They're my new publisher. They picked it up. They contacted me actually. I signed a contract with them back in Thanksgiving Day last year,
Oh,
so it
nice.
was like my Thanksgiving present, right?
Nice.
I was fishing for a new publisher, anyways, right? But I got other things coming out from other publishers. I have like right here, I can show you a copy
Please.
of These Damn Kids 2 that debuted. This one debuted at MegaCon. It's
Nice.
through Second Sight Publishing. And this is the second in the series of These Damn Kids. One, I think you guys are aware, was nominated last year for the best Canadian independent comic book of the year.
Hmm.
Yes.
And we didn't get any nominations this year, which is fine. I took a year off from the comic book writing and stuff like that. So I'm like I have a lot of stuff coming out this year because I had a lot of content that I created that would just kind of put on hold for other reasons, right? But yeah, so
So
this one here debuted at MegaCon,
that's the show in
and
Orlando, right?
that's the show in Orlando. Yes.
And now, how was it received down there?
Oh, very, very well, very well. Like it had a variant cover that was for the that was an exclusive. This is right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like on the back, you can see where it says, you know, con exclusive variant on it.
Right.
So yeah, so that's available soon. Like we're just talking about the Deliver Us from Evil series is yeah, that's going to be a monthly thing. There's going to be an issue coming out every month.
That's great.
Now the cover for I saw the cover because you posted on this by Stefano Cardacelli. Did I pronounce
Yes.
that right? Okay.
Yes.
That is such a wicked cover. Is he going to be doing all of the covers for you, or is this just a one off?
He's doing the cover for issue 2. I don't know if I got a I don't no not a, yeah, he's doing the issue 2 cover. He's doing the covers for all the Mud and Madness comics. These ones are coming out in September.
Oh,
So I
nice.
just signed a contract for these ones. So I have the Deliver Us from Evil series coming out monthly in May, and in the fall, the Mud and Madness comics are going to be coming out monthly.
Wow.
And the covers for the Mud Madness series are right now. The covers are being done by Stefano Cardacelli. And if people aren't aware, Stefano last year or the year before won the Bram Stoker Award for the best artist for horror in Italy. So yeah,
Wow.
I'm pretty pleased to have him like this. He did this comic's been, I had this available at cons for a while, but it's
Right. Yeah.
actually going to
Yep.
be in stores starting in the fall, like through Diamond, and it's going to be also going to be a monthly series. It's going to be like it's going to be kind of my take on Weird War Tales, because the first two, but it's going to be Canadian, right?
Hmm.
The first two stories in Mud Madness are involve like World War I veterans that are Canadian. The characters are Canadian. The missions are Canadian. That Canadian missions based on real Canadian missions and real Canadian soldiers that took place in World War I with a supernatural element to it. So there's some history, and there's a lot of Easter eggs, issue 2 is the same thing. It's basically the same characters in a different scenario. The artist in issue 2 is Alessio Nocerino, and another Italian artist, famous for stuff he's done with Antarctic Press and other stuff. We have in this one here. I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff.
No,
This
That's
one
great.
here,
Yeah.
Harvest of Horrors.
Harvest of
Yeah.
Horrors. I was just going to ask about Harvest of Horrors.
Alessio and I have a story in here, right? Alessio and I and my son Jaden helped me co-write the story. We have a story in here, and this is available May 1st. And when it came out, it comes out on Amazon first before it goes into the stores. Like you'll see a lot of trade paperbacks and a lot of omnibuses. They do that first. They have like they release on on like a direct market, and then I'm not sure. I think comic book stores are called direct market, and I think it's
Yeah.
I'm not sure how, but so it's in on Amazon first, and then it's in stores later. Well, it's going to be in stores on May 1st, all the comic book stores. But it debuted at I think it was number 78 out of 100, the top 100 when it debuted on Amazon. Like it was somewheres in the 70s. I should have that written down somewhere, but I don't. I usually when I do these things, I just kind of do it off of memory, no
Sure.
script, right? So I'm never 100% sure where I'm going with it. But so this comes out May 1st. The story with Alessio in there too, way.
Fantastic.
So let me ask you then, Peter, what was it like co-writing with Jaden then, your son?
Oh, it's fantastic. He's a little bit of a taskmaster when it comes to the history part of it. Like he wants the history right. He wants everything to look right. It's like, like there's for example in Mud Madness 2, the stories involve like these they're sapping underneath the ground because there was a lot of the war in World War I was fought below no man's land as much as it was fought above it. And most people don't know that. They used to send these big barrages of like they would have all these giant friggin' cannons that the Allies would fire. And while the cannons were firing, the people would be sapping under the ground, eh? So the soldiers would hear these people under the ground, and so the story involves this underground sapping team that's going, and they of course they encounter a team of Germans that are coming. They're all looking for the same thing, so they're trying to see who gets there first, right? And Jaden created this really cool character, German character, which has a really interesting backstory, and he threw in a lot of like history and like lore. Like there's the Battle of the Mons is a legend. Like during World War I, it's anecdotal that there's a that the Germans had crucified this Canadian soldier to a barn door, and he had called down the angels of Saint George, and they'd come down, and these angels came down, and then the British had called upon something, and then all these medieval ghost soldiers had appeared. And now you can look this stuff up. They say it happened. I'm skeptical myself, but but it makes a cool story.
Yeah, for
part,
sure.
part of the story, right? And like one of the like with Jaden, like Alessio, fabulous artist, right? Does his homework, research when it comes to making everything look historically accurate. But in one scene, they're in a command post and the telephone's not right. Like it's a telephone that you would have seen probably in 1940, and this is supposed to be like 1917. So Jaden said, "Well, he's got to change the telephone on the desk." And I'm like, "Well, why?" He said, "Well, it's not this. The phone's not right."
Huh.
And I'm like, "Well, nobody's going to notice that." And he's like, "But I'm going to notice that." And he says it has to be historically accurate. And I said, "But it's supernatural. You can." He said, "So we changed the phone, right?"
Okay.
And there was another one where Alessio, when they're when they first meet the Germans come through, everything's accurate, like uniform wise, everything except one of the machine guns looks like a submachine gun that would have been used like in the 1920s instead of the machine gun that would have been used like in 19. So he said, well, you have to get that changed. It's so this is working with him, right? He's like
Right.
he scours the pages, he makes sure everything looks the way it's supposed to, right?
Right.
And he comes up with some amazing characters and amazing ideas. Like I put in the words and I panel out the panels, like I, tell Alessio, show, like write out what I want to see in the panel, but he looks them over and makes sure that that the uniforms look right and the military stuff is right. And then, like I said, he comes up with the little, the little, like in the first issue, it's about wolves and cannibals and stuff. And during World War I, there was this plague of wolves that were killing so many soldiers that they actually stopped the war and had a treaty between the Canadians and the Germans in the Belgian forest. Right now, I wasn't aware of this, but he was. So we based one of the stories around that. So we have the historical accuracy, but I throw in the supernatural stuff, right? To because there's some things that like that weren't true, but I it adds flair, I guess, to the story, right?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, these are great story elements, by the way. These bits and pieces of history of reported phenomena, we'll say.
Yeah.
But to be able to put those in as sort of like the root of the story and to add to it. And great to be able to collaborate in the house. Does that ever get do you ever get to the point where like we're working too hard on this, we need to focus on something else, or is it just it's go go
No,
go, it's just
no,
what you
we
love, right?
like doing it because the thing with the Mud Madness series when it comes out in the fall, right? It's going to also be monthly, so we have to have content. Like
Right.
we've got enough content for 3 issues right now, right? But so that's good to have that little bit of buffer. So say the release date for issue 1 is September, so we got September, October, November covered, right? But then
Right.
you got to be concerned about December going forward. So you have to, I always got to. It's like the Mud Madness. Like we're we're just finishing up issue 3, lettering. Like I got Chris Busquet. Is that how you say his last name? You guys know him? He's a local
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
from yeah. Well, he's taken over as letterer for issue 2 of Deliver Us from Evil, and because Francisco, there's like he's got a pretty big workload, and so I reached out to Chris, and Chris agreed. So he's already lettered issue 2 going forward. He's going to be doing all the issues. So like I'll be sending like the finished pages to him, the print ready pages to him, any day now to be lettered. So for issue 3, so we've got issue 3 already done. Issue 4 is being started. Like it's of course it's written, but like it'll start being penciled anytime. So we're trying to keep that 3-4 issue buffer
Yeah.
before issue 1 comes out. I'd like to have issue 4 already done. So I'm trying to maintain that same speed with the Mud Madness too. Trying to have I'd like to have at least 4, 5, maybe 6 issues complete, print ready before issue 1 comes out, because then it gives me some time to
Yeah.
like a buffer, because like thankfully, like I didn't do anything last year except for cons. I had the ability, like I had a lot of stuff like in the works and saved up, or whatever you want to say. Like, so I had a lot of content going forward for 2024, but now for 2024 and 25, I'm at the start getting a move on, maybe, right? But
Yeah.
I like it. I really enjoy the writing part of it, you know.
It's pretty exciting though when you think about it. You've got one coming in May into the comic shops, another one in September in the comic shops. I mean, to be able to, go, hey, You can find me at Strange Adventures or
Yeah,
Gamezilla or whoever it is.
yeah, the
I
Heroes Beacon,
Heroes
yeah.
Beacon,
Heroes
yeah, in St.
Beacon,
John,
yeah.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
so I
that's
have two. I actually have two coming out in in uh in May. I have
Mm,
the
the
Harvest of
Harvest of Horrors,
Horrors
yeah.
and
yep.
the 1st of May, and then I have the 22nd. I have Deliverance from Evil, but and then so like in the fall, there'll be two a month coming in the fall too, because there'll be the Deliverance from Evil stuff, and then there'll be the Mud and Madness premiere, right? So
Right. So you have a busy summer ahead.
well, I've got some time on my hands, and I've got a lot of stuff that I've had, like but from before too. I've but see, with the Mud and Madness, it's going to be like I said it's going to be like a weird war type thing. So like Alessio and I are throwing around, ideas of maybe doing something that's medieval, or doing something that's the ancient Roman, or doing something that's maybe, like the North America in the maybe before Columbus, and
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Like we can go anywhere we want with it. Like,
You can have some fun with this.
yeah, yeah, and it's the same thing with the Deliverance from Evil. Like once this story arc is over, like spoilers, some things happen, and that sets up some other stories coming, right? So I can kind of almost go anywheres with that too, within reason, right? So the sky's the limit on both series so far. You know,
What's your con plans this year? You typically hit all the ones in New Brunswick. Are
yeah.
you same as last year? You hitting anything else?
No, I'm not doing Miracon this year. I'm taking like I'm gonna take a little bit of a break from them. I found
Yep.
that, like full disclosure, I suffered a traumatic brain injury last year, and like I'm still on the mend from that. Like, I'm still doing the speech pathology. I'm still seeing the specialists, and stuff like that. So like I've still got they figure I've still got some, like, a ways to go yet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of, like, I'm not gonna do Miracon, and I had I'll say it here first. Will be a guest at East Coast. They're not announcing the guest yet, but I
Right.
will be one.
Awesome.
They have contacted me about that, and Freddie Beach, like Justin, like he told me, anytime, buddy, we'll
Nice.
always have a place for you. So if I decide I'm going to do Freddie Beach, then I'm, there's a pre-approval there, you
Nice.
know, and
Question for you. Sorry, Peter. I
sorry,
got a question for you going back to Deliver Us from Evil for a second, because it's something you just said earlier, where you've got, the idea you can create all these other stories. You said the story arc. How many issues will be the current story arc when it comes out starting May 22nd?
four, four
Four.
for the
Okay.
first story arc. Now the second story arc, I've been planning on doing something more local with it, like involving Fredericton, St. John, my hometown where I grew up, Woodstock, because why not?
Yeah.
Right? And I see a lot of people are doing, like Ed Brisson. Do you see his newest project out there? He's doing a signing tour right now. He's going to be at Heroes Beacon this
Oh,
Tuesday.
yes, I did
Yes.
see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Yes.
gonna
Yeah.
be he's
Yeah.
gonna be, I think, in Strange Adventures in Halifax there. I think I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Wednesday. Well, his is the Oshawa, Ontario disappears.
Hmm.
And I think that's really cool to do
Yeah.
local stuff like that, where
Yep.
people, like, can look at it, because not everybody's from, New York,
I was
or
gonna say
wherever
Right.
New
some
York
a
gets
lot of
gets
comics
plenty
are
of press.
based on,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know John Byrne in the past, when he did the Alpha Flight stuff, he always threw in a lot of Canadian stuff, and
Hmm.
it's nice to see that. Like, I can
Yeah.
do it. There's no reason why I can't. So
Yeah.
I
Right.
plan on doing something that's going to be more, it's going to have the exact same elements of, conspiracies, and, obscure friggin' references to UFOs, and, Sasquatches, and time travel, and all, and stuff like that I have in the first one, which gets a lot wilder in issue 2 and 3, and but I can do that here in Fredericton and Woodstock just as easily as I can
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
it in
Oh,
ancient
that's awesome.
Judea and like for issue 1, it's like Montauk, New York, and Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
There's,
that's wicked.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Woodstock shine
History
in
and
a book. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
well,
Absolutely.
yeah, well, there's a lot of ghost stories from
Surely. Yeah.
and a lot of legend and a lot of lore, and I got Jaden who can dig me up stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's great to have a team, eh?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, look, we're definitely going to see you at ECC in June. We're going to keep our eyes peeled for your book showing up in the stores. So you've got Deliver Us from Evil going to be featured, Diamond Select Book of the Month in
May 22nd.
May 22nd.
Yeah.
Harvest of Horrors coming out May 1st. Mud and Madness is going to be September, and these are going to be well, you're going to be a busy guy.
Yeah, you are.
A couple monthly books and a couple of storylines that can go all kinds of places. Look, Peter, it's always a pleasure to get a chance to talk to you, and I appreciate you reaching out and sharing some of your achievements. We're always rooting for you because you're doing great with this stuff, just killing it, and we're big fans of the local folks, and it's been great to
Looking
to
forward
get
to
know
chatting
you
with you at ECCE.
for sure,
Yeah,
for sure, and
absolutely.
yeah, we'll probably be at Freddie Beach. It's here.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. You know, our own
Guarantee we'll
backyard
see you
there.
there.
So yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
guys, you guys have always been kind to me. Whenever I've reached out, you've always had kind words. You come and talk to me at the cons, I
always our
really
pleasure.
appreciate all that stuff. You
Yeah.
guys have the promoting local it's not done enough.
It's a big thing
So
for us.
Yeah,
yeah,
we love it, and we love that people take the time to talk to
yeah,
us. It's just as much fun for us to get to talk about your achievements, I'm sure, as it is to be able to share them with the world. So, we were just chatting with Justin and Hal
Wow.
Hilden not too long ago.
yeah,
Again, they're on a great trajectory.
yeah.
Seb
That
Roy,
Kickstarter, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Brianna
yeah. Got your
Ormond.
6, yeah,
You
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, this is a great
yeah.
crew, and we're really happy to get a chance to talk to folks like you. So yeah, keep it up. Keep reaching out. We're always watching, and we're always happy to share your achievements and
Can I just
celebrate your
add a
successes.
little last plug?
Sure.
You bet. You
Absolutely.
bet.
Evil Lives anthology was nominated for Heroics Award. I do have one story in that.
Wow.
And this one here, it's not posted yet. It won't be posted until the end of this is the Harvest of Horrors. It won't be posted until the end of February. But I was nominated for writer
Congratulations.
that story. Like I got a Heroic Awards nomination for Best Writer, and Alessio got a Heroics Awards nomination for Best Artist for the story we did in that Harvest of Horrors. I can't show a post about it because they haven't announced it yet, but I'm announcing it here.
Right on. Awesome.
Congratulations. That's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Well,
Thanks.
look, if Peter, you want a megaphone, you got it. Reach out anytime. We're always happy to give the boost, and always happy to hear things first too. So thanks for sharing some little bits of info.
Yeah, guys, I really appreciate all you've done for me in the past and all that we're gonna do in the future, eh?
Right
I
on.
always look forward to seeing you guys give me a smile on my face. That hat came in so handy.
Nice.
Back in the other one, the
rainbow
brilliant
one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Beach.
came over and gave that to me, and
Yep.
I needed a hat at the time, and I wore that. I've worn that faithfully, all summer long ever since. It kept the sun on my eyes, which I needed.
Nice.
So I really
Nice.
appreciated that too. That was a great gesture.
No, awesome.
Nice.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Hopefully we'll have some more merch to bring along when we see you in June.
Awesome, man. Well, Peter, look, thanks again. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to seeing you at East Coast Comic Expo in June.
Perfect, guys. I'll have some sample copies for you.
Looking forward to it.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All the best to you. Best of luck, and keep in touch.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
See ya.
Take care, Peter.
Yeah, bye.